Let's make my favorite accent berries. You can use them for any arrangement and it takes only 1 minute to make them. And if you've been watching my channel, you know I love use all the hacks, shortcuts, whatever we need to help us make cake decorating easier, faster and less expensive. My little cheat for this tutorial is to use Haribo berries. You can find them everywhere and the secret is to put it in the microwave in 5-second increments to make it a little bit softer. So now we can reshape our berries and I'm making them a little bit elongated and less flat, more like a berry shape. I'm going to put it aside to dry for a little bit and to firm up. The second ingredient I need is wafer paper. I need to color my wafer paper in 2 different colors, ivory and green. You can airbrush your color or use an edible printer. For this tutorial, to make it easier, I'm going to use gel colors in green and ivory and add a touch of my wafer paper conditioner. I will link the recipe below to make my liquid a little bit more manageable and easier to paint. I will paint my wafer paper on both sides with green and another piece with ivory, and I will set it aside to dry for a second. Now, on our berries, to make them look more handcrafted and more realistic, I'm going to dust my berries with dry petal dust. For a darker berry like this, I'm going to use blue color and pink and add shades on both sides of my berries. So you can see I'm dusting very heavily. One side is pink, like a little bit more unripe color, and the other side is blue to have it like a highlight and shades. Now that my berry looks very delicious, I wanted to add the shine back. You can leave it like this, you can spray with edible glaze, or I'm going to use confectioner's glaze because I find it gives me the best shine on my berries. Now onto our calyx and the fuzzy part of our berries. I will cut my ivory wafer paper in thin strips just to imitate dry parts of my berry foliage. And with a touch of wafer paper glue, I will put it all together, kind of like creating a little nest to nest our berry onto. And for my greenery, I'm going to cut 5 petal calyx and use the Dresden tool to give it a little bit more shape. Because I use my wafer paper conditioner, it should be very easy to shape your wafer paper calyx. And to put it all together, I'm going to take my berry, the ivory piece of wafer paper and then the green calyx. Now you can see that we have our beautiful berry that looks very realistic. And the last step is to create a few different berries and use brown floral tape to tape them all together. I prefer to make my berries on longer stems because I find it looks better when they're just like poking out on top of my arrangements. Or you can add leaves, you can make them shorter, you can make them any color and shape you would like. And I think this technique is very helpful if you wanted to make all kinds of berries. You can use a candy, add a touch of wafer paper and put it all together. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to download my free wafer paper conditioner recipe so you can start making beautiful decorations using wafer paper.